Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a quick look at an import guitar that is actually pretty darn nice. The Tyler JTG MK1 in Gem Burst. So I've long lusted after a Tyler guitar. They're some of the best guitars you'll ever come across, but they're very, very expensive. This is the import version of the Tyler guitar, and at $17.99, which is pretty high for an import guitar, it's considerably less expensive than the USA models. I just wish this one was a little less expensive. So real quick, I'll read down, all the details of this. You probably already know, if you're checking this video out, you probably already know a lot about this guitar, but I'll read them off to you real quick here. 2-piece alder body, Canadian maple neck, Indian rosewood fretboard with rolled edges, 10 to 14 inch radius, 59 neck. The first fret is 0.85, the 12th fret is 0.98. It's got a 42 millimeter bone nut. White mother of pearl dots, lumen lace side markers. The frets are Jescar 51-100. The pickups, it's an HSS configuration. The two single coils are JTG 5000s. The bridge is a JTG Super. Dome knobs, 2-post custom JT vibrato bridge, custom locking tuners. It's got a 5-way switch, CTS pots. And it's got the JTG custom mid boost with bypass circuit in it. So right off the bat, I got to say that Rich Rankin and his team at USA Tyler really picked a good import builder. Their import manufacturer, they've done a really good job on these. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to pick this up and pick up a USA Tyler and not be able to tell the difference, because you will. But, great woods, a great weight. The electronics are really nice. The hardware is all top notch. And it comes with a fantastic hard shell case. So really a very nice guitar. So the neck is very comfortable. It's not thin. It's not a big chunky neck either. Honestly, I would just say it's kind of like a modern C. You've felt this kind of neck a lot. The rolled fretboard edges are very nice, and the fretwork, fret ends and the fretwork on this are really tidy. And the bone nut is cut and slotted extremely well. They did a really fantastic job with this neck. Now, the hardware is very, very nice stuff. The bridge really reminds me of like a Godot 510, very, very similar to that. I really like the James Tyler branded saddles. They seem really, really high quality and they're very comfortable. Moving up here to the locking tuners. They're JTG branded locking tuners, but I gotta say they really, really remind me a lot of Hipshot tuners, like the Hipshot open gears. I don't believe they are Hipshots though, because they're not made exactly like those, and they do have the brass posts, which I've never seen on Hipshots before. But very, very high quality tuners. You wouldn't need to replace these tuners unless you're crazy like I am. You know, I love the Graphtec ratio tuners, so who knows if I'll put those on or anything. But anyway, the brass posts are a really nice touch, and the heights are staggered, so there's no need for a string tree. Electronics are something that Tyler guitars are really, really known for. And this guitar has kind of like an entry-level set of Tyler electronics. And I don't mean entry-level like, you know, cheap or poor. I mean entry-level like they give you kind of the basic idea of a Tyler guitar. On the USA Tylers, you can get some really crazy and clever, you know, electronic options. This basically gives you an HSS with a master volume and a master tone, a 5-way switch, and then it gives you probably their most popular option, which is the, you know, custom mid boost here, and that's activated by this switch right here, and you can control the level of that with the knob here in the middle. As far as the pickups, like I said, the two single coils are the JTG 5000s, and the humbucker is the JTG Super. I think they did a really, really nice job voicing these pickups. They will handle any kind of music genre that you throw at them. They seem perfectly fine. No need to replace the electronics in this whatsoever. I do know, though, that Tyler, I believe, is now offering preloaded pick guards from their USA shop. So if you really wanted to get some of those crazy, you know, Tyler options for electronics, you know, you could pick one of those up and throw it in here and get you that much closer to a real Tyler. Okay, everybody knows the rules. Same riff we always do, among some others. So I've had some people ask me what this guitar is similar to, and I think it's kind of similar to like the Ibanez premium line, which is Ibanez's, you know, before you get to the Prestige, the premiums are just like a rung under the Ibanez Prestiges. The premiums, I believe now they're made in Indonesia. A similar guitar to this is my Ibanez AZ 47, what is it, PMQ1 or PM1Q or something like that. I'm sure I got a picture of it here. I called that the best Ibanez guitar when I made the video for that guitar. And I actually believe it is. For the money, that guitar is ridiculously well spec'd. I would say that Ibanez edges out this Tyler just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Like I said, that Ibanez is well spec'd for the money. And that it's $300 less than this. Actually, when I bought it, it was $600 less than this, but now it's $300 less than this. Gotta love those tariffs, right? But the similar guitars. Like I said, I think the Ibanez, I would pick the Ibanez like by this much over this. Not saying this ain't a great guitar, because it is. But, you know, like I said, some people have asked me, you know, what is it similar to? I would say it's similar to, you know, like I said, the Ibanez premium guitars. So like I always say, don't base your buying decisions on us yo-yos here on YouTube making these videos. If at all possible, get one of these in your own hands, check it out for yourself. I think if you're looking for a Super Strat guitar, or if you're like me and you've always liked Tyler guitars, I think you'd definitely be happy with this. It's a really fantastic guitar. I just wish it was just a little less expensive. But anyway, I want to thank you all for checking it out with me today. We'll see you next time.